Hi, how is your relationship status with your body? Don't feel it confused, complicated. Well, we may not remember how we are communicating with our body, but they do, and they're speaking back to us. Are you listening? We will listen better today. Thanks to our expert today, Janki Ravani. She is an award winning happiness coach and somatic healer, merging multiple techniques like theta healing, access consciousness, Ho'oponopono, EFT, and core somatic integration together so that we can change illness to wellness happily and easily. Yes, Janki is known for her 5-second techniques to change everything with ease. And join me today, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome Janki Ravani to the Mystic Lotus Awesome Healthier Beast Summit for a happy body, happy you, to take all the intensity, seriousness, and heaviness related to healing or feeling healthier. Welcome, Janki.
Thank you so much, Shilpa. It's so lovely to be here again. And as always, I'm looking forward to this chat and I'm looking forward to a lot of questions from our lovely audience. Thank you all for making the time and joining us. I'm so looking forward to this.
Absolutely, Janki. I have a lot of questions ready for you, and
Go
I'm
ahead.
sure the audience has too, and they will make this call even more amazing with their questions. Everybody, lots coming up on today's call. Listen to Janki, listen to your body. She's going to share signs that a body is asking for attention. She's going to share with us what a body needs to know right now. And there is a very interesting process called body notifications check. Stay tuned for that. And yes, lots more action plan, lots more she's going to share, which I don't even know yet. And yes, we will have our live demos too. So stay tuned for a great call, everyone. Janki, what do you have for us
I
today? How do
actually,
we start?
before we begin, I want to ask everybody a question. So, when you say the word illness, right? What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you say or hear the word illness?
Hmm.
What does it mean to you?
Janki, because I'm your first point of contact, I have the advantage of going first. So everybody tell us in one word what illness means to you. Till somebody response, Janki, I think it is discomfort. That is the first thing that comes to my mind when we speak about illness, and the responses have started coming. Manika also says discomfort. Udit has a spiritual kind of an answer. He says social construct. Manika also says irritation,
Hmm.
and I can see some more responses are coming. Chanki, where are we going to go with this?
Okay, so I would like everyone to understand that what is the body, right? And where there is a body, there are usually illnesses. But what if, and as you rightly said, most people look at illnesses like, it's such a pain, it's an irritation, it's a discomfort. I wish I didn't have this. Like, I remember my mother-in-law has a very funny way of saying every time she's got arthritis, right, in her wrist. So every time it pains, she's like, I just want to cut off this hand and throw it because it's paining so much. So we've been conditioned to believe that illnesses are a bad thing. But I'm here to change your perception about that because I want you to understand what are illnesses. Illnesses are actually nothing but an opportunity to create more consciousness in your world. So, illnesses come because of unconsciousness, right? So, in one word, I describe them as unconsciousness. But along with that, there is an opportunity to move towards consciousness. Now, we say 10% is the conscious mind and 90% is the subconscious mind. So, you've seen that typical iceberg picture, right? Where there's 10% above the water and 90% below. So, just for fun, let's also visualize if I was an iceberg or if all of us were icebergs, 10%. So, I'm just saying the brain part, that's the conscious mind. The rest, the whole of your body is your subconscious mind. Now, how does your subconscious mind communicate with you? Through illnesses. So what happens is every time you have an illness, it's your body knocking on your door saying, hello, can you listen to me? You have forgotten this here. You've left this here. It's not serving you. Can you please throw it out? Right? So in therapy, in sessions, what we do is we take a look at what is your body trying to tell you. So we treat
Mm.
illnesses as and body as a messenger. And you know how they say, right? Don't shoot the messenger. It's important that it's come to give you a message that's here to help you heal. So why not just listen to it? So that is one of the first things I want people to understand, that illnesses are an opportunity to heal. You're not trying to heal your body. Your body is trying to heal you. And if you understand that, every illness, you just have to say, cool, what are you trying to tell me right
Yeah.
now? Whether it's a headache, whether it's a shoulder pain, whether it's a stomach pain, or your fast breathing, or everything from arthritis to whatnot, everything can be understood and make it an opportunity to become more aware of what's going on internally for you.
Janki, that sounds so easy, so simple. And I know after speaking with you that you are actually going to show how simple it is. So, Janki, I want to ask you one question straight away. Okay, excuse me. So, a lot of people say, and we have heard this very commonly, that our emotions are manifesting as illness. We have
Yeah.
heard that it all begins in the mind. We have heard it all begins in our internal world and we manifest it physically. And for example, we say that grief is stored in the lungs. So, Santi, really, is every single illness self created? If yes, how exactly do we create it? And could you please explain us this with examples?
Yes, yes. So actually, scientific research, Shilpa, shows that about 40 to 70% illnesses, and it's a wide range, but 40 to 70% illnesses are self-created. Okay. But that is what the research says. Personally, in my experience, I would say 100% illnesses are created. Now, it's not that we consciously create an illness,
Mm.
but as I said, illness equals unconsciousness. So unconsciously, when you keep pushing things aside, your emotions, when you leave them unprocessed over a long period of time, they start accumulating and they become your illnesses. Now, also in her book, there is a neuroscientist called Candice Pert, and she's written a beautiful book called Molecules of Emotions. She actually did the research and showed that every time you feel an emotion, there are
Mhm.
peptides, which is a type of acid that gets released in your cells. And those cells, each cell communicates with each other by the movement of these peptides. Now, when you don't express or process your emotions, so it's not really about expressing, because sometimes there are people who vent a lot, but they still get unwell, right? But
Mhm.
if you don't process those emotions in a healthy, conscious manner, they get clogged, and then they block the cells from communicating with each other, and that buildup of acid that happens in the cell then causes illnesses, right? So that's the first example. Then there
Mm.
are lots of research that has been done, that people who have anger, let's say, different emotions are stored in different organs,
Mhm.
right? So if there's a person with, let's say, a liver failure, it's very likely he has a lot of anger issues, right? A lot of anger that has been stored over years. And you usually see that these people also have like red eyes, so you'll say bloodshot eyes. He was
Mm.
angry, his eyes were red. That's also connected to the liver. Then you will say, as you said, grief is stored in the lungs, right? So when you have gone through something that really, like usually when you feel sadness, also you'll feel it in the chest pain,
Yeah.
right? Then fear gets stored in the kidneys, and your digestive organs are related to a lot of guilt and stress and hate. There are multiple organs there. So every part of your body is, when it's unwell, it's trying to communicate with you. Now, even if we had to take something completely simple, I'm going to make y'all give me the answers now, okay? So tell me, what is the function of your eyes?
Vision to
Vision,
see.
right? To see, right?
Mm.
So if something happens to your eyes, I'm going to simplify it like if you are a
Mm.
5-year-old. Okay.
Hmm.
So if something had to happen to your eyes, I would start asking, Shilpa, what are you unwilling to see that's going on
Hmm.
in your life, but I don't want to see it. Okay. So let's say I had a person who came to me with a lot of irritation and red eyes. So I'm saying, who is irritating you so much to see every day? And
Mm-hmm.
instantly, there was that bhakti moment in her, and she said, "Oh my God, yes, there is someone, right?" Then, if somebody comes to me with digestive issues, so you tell me, what does the digestive system do?
What am I refusing to digest properly?
So it digests the food. It helps you break down the food and absorb nutrition in the body, right?
Hmm.
So I would ask you, what are you not unwilling to digest or unable
Ah.
to digest?
Mm-hmm.
Or what is it that you're receiving in life? So it could be love, it could be respect, it could be anything,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not able to process it and absorb it,
Process it.
right? Then, okay, let's look at the excretory system. What does that do?
Mm-hmm. Flushes out toxins,
Yes,
cleanses.
right. It's releasing, right?
Yeah,
So if
releasing.
somebody comes with constipation, I would then know what is it that you're storing in your body, right? What is the shit you're not willing to let go? Literally,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's your
Mm-hmm.
bowel movements. So what is it that you're not willing to let go of and holding on?
Mm.
If somebody comes with the loose motions, I will say, what is it that you want to get rid of without
Yeah.
processing?
Yeah.
So your body is actually so beautifully telling you. So you see in your lives, notice the people who will have constipation on a regular basis, they are the kinds who will hold on, small things पकड़
Mm-hmm.
के रखते हैं. जाने नहीं देंगे, like हाँ उसने उस दिन ये किया था, मुझे ये बोला था. So these are the people who will keep holding on to little events, and hence the constipation. Now, there are everything from allergies to migraines to stomach pains, irritable bowel syndrome, acidity, chest pains, anxiety, panic attacks, excessive sweating, body odor. Every little thing is communicating something about your emotional health. So, Osho says a very beautiful thing. Your
Mm-hmm.
body is the external mind, and your mind is the internal body. And they are
Wow.
beautifully connected. It's not mind and body, it's mind body, right?
Mm.
If there's something happening at you in your world emotionally, it will reflect in your physical health, right? And to change your physical health or emotional health, if you change one of the two, instantly it has an effect. Like if you're feeling sad, okay, and I do this with clients who are suffering from overthinking or sadness, I'll tell them
Mm-hmm.
just start doing jumping jacks.
Mm.
Because the minute you involve your body, you can create a 10 times faster result just like that, right? So, does that kind of give you an idea of how the mind and body is communicating and telling you things?
Absolutely, Janki. Thank you for those examples. In fact, Janki, we have some questions that have come up where people have asked about the health issue and
Sure.
they are asking about the mind connection. So, shall I bring them up now?
Yes, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Zadenka has asked, what about recurrent chest infection?
Lung infection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Chest
okay.
infection?
Yeah. So I'm assuming the chest, she means
Huh.
lungs.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything, okay. So that's a brilliant point, Zidenka, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for asking. Okay, so first let me tell you what is a recurring illness, right? Before I address the specific one. Your body is beautifully designed to heal itself. Okay, when you get a cut, when a bone breaks, you don't go and heal it, it heals itself, right? You
Yeah.
might put a band-aid to stop it from anything more happening. We put a cast on the bone, but the cast is to help the body heal itself, and nothing more should shift. So you straighten your hand, you put a cast, but the body does the healing, right? Like that, for every small and big thing, the body is designed to heal itself. All the posits, it's actually Atmanirbhar, right? Everything has been provided. The only time it does not heal itself is when it wants to give you a message, but if it heals, you'll not take the message. It's like the messenger came to the door. So
Hmm.
the messenger comes to the door. If you don't open the door, he has to keep knocking, keep knocking louder and louder and louder, and probably break the door down to finally get your attention. But if you take the parcel, if you take the message, he'll be like, okay, cool, bye, I'm going, right? Your body is like that. When you're listening to the messages, it doesn't need to shout. But if you don't listen, then it needs to become louder and more intense to get your attention. Now, sometimes what happens, like the courier guy, if you're not at home, he'll come back and then go away, come back and go away until he catches you. Like that recurring illnesses, when you don't take the message, when you're not emotionally available, when you're not conscious, it has to keep coming back to get your attention and say, "Bhaiya, ab to sun lo." Can you just listen to me? Sit, listen, right? So now that's a recurring illness, by the way. Okay. So in short, your body's only function is to support you to reach your goal. Now, the goal of human life, if you look at it spiritually, is enlightenment also, right? Or even if we don't even look at spiritually, you want to live a happy life, right? So anything that's making you even remotely unhappy, anything that's taking you away, your body is going to give you signals and communicate with you. Okay. So let's say chest. Now, if we're looking at chest, what is the function of your chest? I'm going to put it back to Zdenka. What are the symptoms? How does it make you feel? What is the function of your lungs or chest? Tell me.
All right, we'll wait for Zdenka's response.
Or anyone can answer. I'm happy for anyone to answer.
Absolutely.
And Zdenka can give details.
Yeah.
If she chooses.
In fact, Janki, you've got a list of questions and list of health issues that have been raised, and we will definitely bring them up at some point on this call. Everyone, stay tuned. So we are getting common responses to the chest function, which is to breathe.
Yes, to breathe, right? Breathing is what keeps us alive. The body can go without food and water and everything else, but not even more than 2-3 minutes without breath.
Yeah.
So if somebody is constantly getting a recurring chest infection, where are they afraid of breathing in the joy of life? Where are they afraid of living? Right? And now I'm going deeper. I'm not going into the obvious pollution here and everything is going on. So pollution affects everyone in the city. In Mumbai, we are 25 million people. But let's say 10% will get affected by the pollution more than others. Those 10% people we're talking about, and it'll keep recurring. What about the 90 that's not getting affected, right? They don't have that subconsciously. They don't feel, I'm tired of living, or I can't do this anymore. It's very difficult even to just breathe, the act of breathing, which otherwise is so effortless. So you have to go deeper into the emotional causes till you reach the root. When you reach the root, also, by the way, let me share before, and because a lot of people are asking about specific illnesses, the answers I'm going to give you here are generic answers. When we go into individual sessions, of course, I would go into absolutely to the core as to when did it begin, how it started, what is the actually trauma or trigger memory which is stuck in your at a cellular level. So we heal that. But the answers I'm going to give you are very, very generic, right? So anything to do with lungs. And as we also know, lungs is grief. So either they're holding on to a sadness, okay, or some grief, or they're really tired and, like it's difficult to even just take a breath without getting fatigued, or where are you so tired of living? So you have to ask those kind of questions to know more. So yeah, that is
it's beautiful, Janki. It's really fascinating. In fact, I want to tell all of you, keep those thoughts with you, keep those questions with you, because today Janki is also going to do a live individual demo with some of you. So keep those questions, we'll come back to them. For now, Janki, couple of people have asked about the breast. So let me just bring that forward to you because it seems important to a lot of women, and then we can move forward. So Madhu had asked that she had got a mammogram done last week and the breasts were fine. But since 2 days, she's having pain in her right breast sometimes. What does this indicate? And in fact, Priyanka has also asked, what about breast tumor?
Yeah. So, okay, what is the function of the breast? Again, and we're going to use a lot of general knowledge and common sense. And this is like school level, okay, 5th to 8th standard biology, nothing more than that. So the breasts are a sign of womanhood, right? And they are what they represent a mother and child connection, right? So it could be me and my child, or me and my mother. So anytime that a person is suffering from a mother-child wound or mother-child trauma or a mother-child issue, it will show up as a tumor or some breast-related issue. right? Now, your right hand side is related to me and my past. The left hand side is related to me and my future or my family. So
Mm-hmm.
again, which breast is it? There are there is actually a lot of details we go into, but I'm not going to go into. Otherwise, if everyone starts asking individual illnesses, the call will never
Yeah.
end. But because there are so many women here, if ever somebody has a breast pain or breast related issue, of course, and I always say, please go for all the medical checkups, do your doctor visits, medical appointments, take your medicines, do whatever tests you need to. But along with that, that's like the cast. When you get a
Mm-hmm.
fracture, that's your cast. That will help you hold space for you till, so that you get time to work on yourself emotionally. Both have to go hand in hand, right? There is, let's say I get a very splitting headache. So I might pop a pill, might pop a pill so that it is little in control.
Yeah.
But that's only 50%. I will 50% also quickly say, okay, what did I do in the last 5, 6 hours that is triggering my headache?
Mm.
What am I feeling? Did somebody say something that is stuck in my head, which my body is saying, hello, Janki, can you please pay attention? You're taking too much stress about this thing. You're taking it too hard. So I have to do the processing just as equally important as I have to give the external medicine importance, right? So please understand that don't ignore, while, so yes, this is alternate healing, but I would say this is your natural healing. And then there is supportive healing, which the medical modern medicine gives you. Please make the best of both.
Yeah.
But I also say this always, Shilpa, you have to learn to tap into the intelligence of your body. So what is the body again, right? So your body is like a Ferrari. Okay. It's like a brilliant, actually, it's 1,000 times better than a Ferrari. It's this beautiful, brilliant machine that has been given you, right? It's your vehicle for this lifetime. You can't change your body, right? So it's a vehicle that has been given to you, which can go to amazing speed, which can, do fantastic things, but you've only learned to ride it in first gear, right? You're doing a gross injustice. You have a supercar and then you're driving it in first gear because you've not read the manual. You've never
Mm.
understood कि अरे इसमें ये भी हो सकता है, Windows button press करने से ऊपर नीचे wheels can become sports mode and cruise mode, and so many different things. There's AC, there's some room. If you don't explore the car,
Mm.
you're just going to go from point A to point B in first gear and wonder कि यार it's such a bakwas car. Likewise with your body, please start learning about the body, which is why I actually designed a whole workshop around it. And I've learned a dozen different modalities. I put all those modalities, the basics that you need to know as a non-healer, professional. You're not a
Mm-hmm.
professional healer. So the basics that you need to know just as a daily toolkit, we have a medical kit at home. So can you just have your Band-Aid and your Soframycin and your Savlon and your cotton and, gauze tapes, how you have those things at home, which is a basic toolkit. Like that, I would like everybody to have a basic manual and a toolkit to deal with the body, right? So, yes, please, I'm happy to take more questions.
There are many, many Janki. In fact, I will recommend everybody that Janki will be back on the group after the call. So don't worry if we miss out on any questions. We are here today
And
and
also
tomorrow.
tomorrow, they could also
Yes,
join us tomorrow.
absolutely. So, Janki, this sounds fascinating. Thank you so much for the important information. Now, tell me something. There are some of us who take great care of ourselves. We are emotionally healthy. We detox. We let go. We do a lot of inner work, and we are very mindful. We have a good routine. We probably have great relationships, great jobs. Many aspects of our life are doing just fine. Still, still there will be some or the other health issue that will come up out of the blue. Can't even think that what did I do in the last one
Yeah,
year or 6 hours?
yeah.
Why does that happen, Janki?
Yeah, thanks. So, Shilpa, what happens is you could be living a very healthy life, right? You could be eating right, you could be exercising, you have a great job, great relationships, and all of that right now. But sometimes illnesses also come because of things that have happened in the past. So, it could be, let's say, childhood trauma, something you went through as a child. Now, one thing again, let me tell you about the body. Everything you experience from the moment you are conceived, conceived, when you're like one tiny cell, okay, in your mother's womb, everything you are aware of and you are continuously storing. So your body is like a giant USB with unlimited memory, right? And you keep storing things that you have gone through. Now, all those things, if they are building up, if you have not processed them, then they keep coming up as a shoulder pain or chronic aches and pains. Sometimes we wake up tired continuously, or there's a calf pain, or so these are the little things, because there's everything big is taken care of in your body. But it could be something that is stored from the past, which your body is like nudging and saying, yeah, just can you just take a look, process? No, we'll be happier. We'll go a little lighter through life. So your body is giving you those little messages and signals. And I've dealt with hundreds and hundreds of clients, and I've seen it is so easy. Like, I'll give you an example. And I think I said it on my call last time also. There was a lady with huge, coin-sized ulcers in her mouth, on the roof of her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
She had been taking medicines for 3 months and nothing was working. She had gone through all possible gels and doctors and ointments and the B12s and all those things she was doing. Nothing was helping. In a 2 hour session, she released something of her childhood trauma. And within 24 hours the next day, the ulcers were 80% gone, and uske 24 hours mein 100% gone. Right? So your body is just trying to catch you and say, just pay attention. Can you just process this? Right? Likewise, I think we have one of my clients here, Reshma. If you don't mind, I would love for you to share. So I remember, and I would just like to give a little background here before she can speak.
Mm-hmm.
Reshma came to me for some other issues, okay? So for some issues, nothing related to her body and physical at that point. And the first thing when she came in, and it was really funny because I was having a chat with her today, and she said, really, I didn't even notice that. She came in with these angry red boils. I mean, when
Mm-hmm.
she walked into my office, I said, wow, what is with those angry red boils on her face? Right? And then she kept telling me her problems, and I will actually let Reshma speak
Mm-hmm.
now. So, Reshma, would you like to share, if you can unmute, and hi.
Hello, hello. Thank you for unmuting me, Janki.
Yeah.
And thank you for having me.
Yeah, I would love for
Okay.
you to share your experience.
So this is very funny when Janki told me, you had those acne. I said, when did I ever have acne? She, the first time you walked into my office, you had such massive boils. So sometimes I think we just get used to stuff and we don't realize that it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the other person who will point it out to us. We're saying, this is weird. And so that was pretty much my first visit with Janki. And she didn't tell me. Okay, so I didn't know. And then at the end of the session, and I think that my first session with Janki was maybe 5, 6 years ago or even more. And from that day on, till date, I've never had acne. I've never had acne. And it's just that I've had so many sessions of letting out with her and learning to process, like learning to process what's going on with me. And that way, even without realizing subconsciously, it's never been there. I'm in the last few years, more than few years, I've never seen my face with acne.
Yeah.
So, yes, thank you, Janti.
And
Added to my beauty
also, if you
quotient.
don't mind, you can share about the other big thing that you went through,
Yes,
which
right.
is forgotten also
No,
nicely.
no. Well, I don't think of it on a daily basis. Thanks to you,
Yeah.
because you somewhere made help
But can you
me
tell, can you
journey.
tell the
Yes,
audience what it was?
absolutely. So it is related to the question just put to Janki about the right side breast cancer. So I'm a cancer survivor, right side breast. And yes, I do have a massive history with my mother and my mother and father. And that sort of, and that's when I think in 2018, 19, I was diagnosed with cancer. And it was such a shocker because I lived a very, very healthy life. marathon running and healthy eating and working out and sleeping right and eating the right kind of food and stuff like that. Good job. I was happy, etc. But yes, I had this. So the moment I came to know, of course, I went and visited the oncologist and we started doing our due diligence and the processes with the medical world, the mainstream medicines. But I had always known that this is something to do with the anger and the regret and the resentment that I had with my parents, which for the longest time I was said, oh, there's nothing like that.
Mm.
We can't talk about this. There's no such thing as depression. There's no such thing as bad parents. There's no such thing as bad relationships. There's no such thing. These things are no. It
We don't
cannot
talk
happen.
about it.
It's not possible that it exists. So, well, when your parents are saying stuff like that and everybody else is saying stuff, you just tend to believe and you say, okay, there's no need for me to say this or
Yeah,
take this into account or think about it or acknowledge it because that's how everyone lives. So that's how I live.
yeah,
But I'm a different human being. I didn't realize I wasn't given a chance.
yeah. I think, sorry. Yeah. I think she's gone on mute.
All I cut it.
Yeah, yeah,
Can you hear me now?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry if, yeah, we just lost you for a bit there.
Yes.
You can share how the therapy helped you through the, recovery towards from the cancer.
Well, so with each session, we would take up something that had been bothering me, that had been a part of my life for the longest time, subconsciously or consciously, for which I didn't know what to do. And you keep taking one part of it, which was most bothersome to me, or yeah, and we would work on it
Yeah,
through all the modalities that Janki knows. And when Janki is sitting with you for a session, she knows which modality to use. She just knows it. I think that's how she understands her client's body or the energy that the client is giving out. Okay, so she can pick and say, hey, you need this time.
yeah.
And it's always she's right. She hits the the bull in the
Hit the
target.
nail on the head. Yeah.
She nails it
Actually,
on.
so I would, and thank you so much for sharing that. What I want to bring out is that she went through all her chemo and surgery, but because she was also doing sessions along with, all of that, there were lesser side effects. Her recovery was faster. There has
Oh, I
been,
had no side effects.
yeah, she had no side
I
effects
had no
anymore,
side effects
which
other than my
otherwise,
hair,
yeah,
which I shaved off and it looked really classy. I had no side effects. None of my chemos were delayed because of fever or diarrhea or illness or anything.
yeah,
It started on dot. It ended on dot. So uh, I have
yeah.
Janki to thank for that with all other things.
Yes. No, thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, it's a
With love.
pleasure always.
Uh,
Yes.
and this is what I want to share with more people, that it doesn't matter what illness has come up, okay? And I also want to share that don't get stuck to the labels that the medical world gives. Go back to your common sense, go back to your body, connect with it, ask questions. What is this not letting me do? How is it making me feel? What's going on here? And the more you just connect and learn to sit with your body, I think the key is to learn to sit with it, because when we get uncomfortable, the first thing we want to do is make the discomfort go away. But when you make the discomfort go away, you're shooting the messenger, then you're not taking the message. So even if you do want to take away the discomfort and you want to take a painkiller, still go back and sit with it, even if you have no reason to, and say, okay, I'm having a stomach ache. What is this about? Right? And the more you learn to sit with it over a period of time, your body will actually start talking to you. I want to share one really funny incident that just came to my mind. Okay. So I am somebody who's got zero tolerance for headaches. Okay.
Mhm.
I have a very low threshold for pain. And If I get a headache, I talk to my body like, okay, what happened in the last few hours? What's going on? And I instantly get answers, and it goes away. The headache goes away. Now, this one particular 2-3 years back, I started getting weekly headaches, and they were crazy painful for me. So maybe for you, they might be like a 2 on 10, but for me, it was like a 10 on 10, and I was going mad. And I told my body, I said, look, I've asked you all the possible questions. I've sat with it. It did this conversation trigger me. Did that happen? This is nothing I'm getting. I'm not able to understand. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Then I told the body, I said, look, subtle messages are not working. Talk to me in English. Okay, just talk to me in English. Give me like clear words, Janki. This is the message here. Okay, same headache. I took a pill, I went out. When I went, I had gone for a play, and the auditorium was really, really cold. So again, it triggered my headache, and I knew this time. I said, oh God, I can't go. I can't even reach home. So I sat on the floor. My headache was so crazy. I sat down on the floor. I told a friend, just get me a painkiller, a bottle of water. I need to take medicine. And for 15 minutes, I'm going to sit. I'm not coming. So he looked at me. He said, what's happening to you? I said, I've got a splitting headache. Just get me a painkiller and medicine. Don't talk to me. It's too much effort to even look up and talk. So he came back in 2 minutes with a bottle of water, 1 liter water. He said, have this. I said, medicine de do. He said, no medicine, have the water. I said, Arey, give me medicine. My head is paining. He said, okay, Janki, this headache means that you are dehydrated. And I was like, what? No, that's not possible. He said, I know what this headache, I used to get it a lot. This headache means you are dehydrated. And by the time you finish half this bottle, I promise you, your headache will be gone. I said, okay. So I had the water. Literally within 20 minutes, by the time I finished, my headache was gone. And then I remembered 1 month or 1.5 months back, I had gone to the doctor for my hair. And the doctor told me, drink a lot of water. And I told my body, just remind me to drink a lot of water because I always forget. My body was constantly giving me those headaches to say, drink water, you're dehydrated. And then because I was not able to make the connection and I said, just tell me in English, my body gave me the headache in front of a person who knew what that headache means. So the body is so freaking intelligent. It will create everything for you if you learn to engage actively and take it along in this journey of life. See, all of us want roti kapda makan. We want the fancy cars. We want a beautiful home. We want, good clothes and jewelry and all these things. For who do you want that? For who? For the body, right? The spirit floating around. You wouldn't need a house and car or holidays or anything. You could just float and go anywhere. But you need all these luxuries for your body. But do you ever ask the body, what do you want? Where do you want to live? What kind of home? What kind of bed? What clothes do you want to wear? You know how sometimes we wear a dress which feels really odd. And why do we love those comfortable jeans and cotton t-shirts? Because the body loves them. Yeah, they say comfort over fashion, right? I'm saying start understanding your body, start engaging your body more and more so that you can actually live the life that you're anyway trying to live for your body without realizing. It's like I will buy you a gift, but I'll ask the whole world, what does Shilpa want for her birthday? And I'll not ask you. And then I'll get you something and you'll be like, oh, Janki, I don't really like this, but I should just ask you, right? So yeah, that's what it is.
It makes perfect sense, Janki, and the way you were reminded to drink water. Thank you for reminding us all of this. It's like right in front of us, but we
Let's
don't
all
know it.
do cheers.
Absolutely, cheers, Janki. And while you have that water, I want to ask you some really interesting questions asked by our audience. So, Janki, Ashwini and Sudesh have brought trauma up. Okay, so Sudesh has asked, why does the body hold on to deep-seated trauma despite several therapies? And Ashwini then asks that, is it possible to get rid of such trauma?
Yeah, I love trauma work. So, okay, it sounds a little sadistic, but okay. So, thank you for asking. Trauma is a brilliant topic and it's least understood. Okay, so people feel that trauma is a big thing, right? Somebody who's been to war or somebody who's gone through a very, very bad life experience or a huge accident that left them traumatized or afraid or scared. But I want to first of all say trauma can be even from the little interactions. Let's say my 5-year-old son comes, running into the room right now and starts talking, and I'll be like, shh, shut up, go out. Or
Mm-hmm.
if he just gets scared in that moment, even that is a trauma. Now, as I said, the body holds on. It's like a giant USB. So every single experience you've had since you were in the womb, and sometimes even past lives, but let's not get
Mm-hmm.
to that. Every single experience you've had, the nature of the body, the nature of your cells is to store that energetically, right? Now, a lot of people who've gone through trauma can do multiple counseling sessions, and it can only help a certain percentage, because when you're doing counseling sessions, sometimes you're working at a psychological level. But trauma is stored in the body at a physical, at a cellular level. So unless you do somatic work, unless you release it from the body, whether through, like I do multiple modalities, so core somatic integration, or there are body movements that can help you release those things. So unless you do work at a somatic body level, somatic means body,
Mm-hmm.
psycho and somatic. So psycho is psychological, somatic is body. So unless you do work at a somatic level, it does not completely release the trauma, which is why. So initially, when I started off and I used to do a lot of psychology based things, I used to take 4, 5, 6 sessions to do, to heal a particular thing. But since I've learned somatic work, the same work I finish in one session, because the body is limited. The body is so quick. It's just this much, right? But if you talk about the mind can go from here to
Yeah.
there, jumping back, future, past, here, there. If I tell you, think of Nairobi, and then think of New York, and then think of Nagaland, think of Maldives, your mind can keep jumping here and there. It's uncontrollable. But your body is limited. It's only this little frame that you have here. So when you're working with the body, the benefit is you're working with actually where the trauma is stored, and you're working with a limited area, whereas
Mm-hmm.
your mind is infinite, right? It can keep going back and forth and confusing you and playing games and manipulating you, sometimes even as a coping mechanism or as a protection mechanism.
Yeah.
But the body does not. I remember why my mentor had said something really beautiful which stuck with me. The mind is like Krishna, right? Very naughty, very manipulative, and the body is like Shiva, right? Straight arrow, jo hai to hai, nahi hai to nahi hai, right? So it's always easier to work with the body than work with the mind. So I've worked with people who've released 20, 30, 40 years, 60 years of stored trauma very, very easily through somatic healing. And it's actually much simpler. And yes, you have to go through it for a little bit, but it's like you go through this much and then you're free for the rest of your life. Otherwise, if you don't go through it, you're carrying that for the whole life, and then you're weighed down and it just keeps getting worse, because the body is pushing you to heal it and making
Mm.
it intense, so that you'll finally say, okay, fine, just somebody find me a healer, and I want to go and fix this. So yes, that's I hope that helps and answer the question.
Absolutely,
But
Janki.
long story short, trauma is extremely easy to work with. And believe me, it's much easier than you think. You just need a good trained therapist, a skilled therapist who understands body work, and you're sorted.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, everybody, Janki is the one for that. And she has lots to share with us, lots planned for us. Janki, let's do this. A lot of questions are waiting. People have asked about certain health conditions and what does that mean? You have you want to tell us the signs our body is asking for attention, Janki.
Yes.
So I invite everybody that you listen to the coming segments of a call, and Janki also has an activity planned for us. Just keep in mind your question, your health condition, and listen to these segments and come back to us. Ask those questions again. Let us know if you feel any differently, and then we will take them up again. Again, everybody, let me assure you, lots to cover. We will do our best. We are here today and tomorrow as well, even after the call. So do receive whatever Janki has to share. And Janki, before you proceed, let me tell you what Zadenka has mentioned. She had asked about chest infection, which you have explained. So she said, yes, thank you for the answer. Since she was 19, I almost have a fear to breathe, and my breath pattern changes dramatically to the worst. So thank you for your explanation, Janki. So tell us, Janki, you want us to know that there are signs our body is asking to pay attention to. What are those?
Yeah. So anything. So the first thing I would like to say, so this is the signs that your body is trying to communicate with you and wants you to pay attention and listen to it, right? So the first thing is if there are any recurring illnesses that you have, right? If you're constantly getting a cold or acidity or constipation or a lot of allergies or headaches, migraines, that's the number one sign that your body is telling you, hello, pay attention. Then if you're having chronic fatigue, right? You're
Mhm.
always tired, you're always feeling, like low energy and tired. That's another sign that your body is saying, pay attention. There is too much stored here. Okay. If you're having excessive sweating or nightmares, right? Now, nightmares are a great sign that there's something off because whole day you're functioning from your conscious mind. But when you go to sleep at night, your conscious mind is low and your subconscious mind is active and up. So that's where it's throwing up things that it needs you to process. So if you're somebody who's having very, restless sleep, nightmares, or night sweating, these are all signs that, again, you need attention. A lot of times, if you have, let's say, thyroid problems or throat issues, these are also signs because this is a very important organ in our body. It's what helps us communicate our truth, right? So if thyroid issues are also a great sign, or great sign as in a very clear sign that
Yeah.
you need to stop and pay attention. Also sometimes where there is excessive weight gain or weight loss suddenly, you can't explain it, or you have a permanent weight issue, right? And if it's bothering you, if it's stopping you from living life to the fullest, your body is holding on to things. So this is something. But let me, since we've touched upon weight, and I know all of us here are always interested in things related to weight, let me just take 2 minutes to share these.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a lot of clients who come to lose
Mm.
weight, right? Now I had these three or four, and each person holding weight is holding on to something, right? But what they're holding on to could be completely different. Their reasons for holding on. So uh, I remember one of the first sessions I did is a person came to me saying, he was probably 130 kilos. And he said, no matter what I do, my weight doesn't go down. Help me. Now, when we started working on the weight, he said, he kept saying things, I diet, I go to the gym, I swim, I do this, I do this, I do everything. I know bread has so many calories, samosa has so many calories, apple has so many calories. I know everything. But, I never lose weight. What can you do? And I just looked at him, and my first question in my head was, do you even really want to lose the weight? Because it's such a matter of pride for you, right? And then I came to know, for in his case particularly, he had always been a thin child,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and had been bullied and pushed around a lot. And then putting on weight was his way of protecting himself. Now nobody can push me around and move me.
Mm.
I'm not that lanky teenager you can just dismiss and throw around, throw out of a conversation, right? The other girl who came to me, her subconscious fear in losing weight was, I'll become very, sexy and appealing. And then it might attract unnecessary attention. And I might be unsafe then when I go out to work or I'm walking on the street.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be fat, and, nobody should look twice at me. Another girl I looked upon, who had weight issues, her earliest childhood memory was, what came up during the therapy was, thin girls in school used to make fun of me. Thin girls are mean. If I become thin, I will become mean. So I always want to be fat. So these are little things that you
Yeah.
that stay in your mind, but they change the way you live. So if you process it, the unnecessary weight, your body will come to its whatever natural shape, but the excess or anything that's exaggerated will go away, right? So your body is anything that is out of place. As I said, the body is meant to heal itself. I've seen a lot of fat people who are super energetic, super flexible. I know someone in my family who's, a swimming champion, tennis champion, cricket champion, and he's always been on the chubby side, but it's never stopped him from living
Mm.
life to the fullest. But this is for people who get bogged down by their weight, by, I can't do this and I'm huffing and puffing and panting, or, and all these are signs that I want you to take note of.
Fantastic, Janki. Janki, since you are at it, can you tell us about two of the most common concerns which people have and which have also been mentioned on the group, which is you already covered thyroid. Can you also share with us about diabetes and hypertension, blood pressure?
Yeah, sure. So let's look at diabetes again. Let's go back to common sense. What we know about diabetes: diabetes is an inability to process the sugars, right? That the sugar that we're eating. And sugar, if you look at it, it's usually related to joy and love, right? So if there is a person who is going through unable to receive the joy or receive the love, right? Now, what happens is in diabetes, you eat sugar, but your body is not able to process it. And these people will always crave sugar also, right? I want to eat, but no, I shouldn't. I want to eat, but no, I shouldn't, right? So again, look in life, where have you lost the ability to enjoy your life and receive the love? So if you look at, and I've seen many cases of people with diabetes, they have love in their life. They have joy in their life, but they will always be cribbing and complaining and say, there is nobody loves me, there is no joy in my life, I'm always doing this. So they have it, they'll not be able to absorb it,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll keep cribbing ki I want but I can't take. So where are you doing that in your life now? Usually it goes back to a deep rooted, again, in your childhood you could have had issues. Like, I remember one of the first cases of diabetes I worked, there was a 65-year-old lady who came with, diabetes fluctuating a lot. She said she regressed to a memory when we were doing somatic
Mm-hmm.
healing. She was 1.5 years old when her little sister was born, and then all the attention went there. So since then she was holding on to that grudge that nobody loves me, right? And when we healed that inner child for her, then her diabetes came more in control. So she's not like healed diabetes, but that crazy fluctuation, and now she's on that absolute low borderline, but everything is in control and nothing is going so, crazy and making her worry about, fainting or, getting high and low diabetes. So diabetes is related to this. Now, blood pressure, if you look at,
Mm-hmm.
high blood pressure or low blood pressure.
Mm.
Low blood pressure is what is, again, common sense. What is the blood pressure? The pressure with which your heart is pumping blood, right?
Mm.
Different parts of your body. So when that pressure is low, right? So when you think of low blood pressure, what comes to your mind?
Low motivation
Low
or
motivation, low energy. So where is that
mm-hmm.
person feeling कि क्या फायदा जी के?
Mm-hmm.
What is the point? Nothing is going to change. So they have those kind of thoughts. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
high blood pressure, on the other hand, is over exertion, where they want to control every little bit of their life to ensure nothing goes wrong. They want to be on the top of everything. They want to achieve. So when you have these kind of beliefs and patterns, it will either cause high blood pressure or low blood pressure. So if you, and again, I always say this, don't try to heal the illness. Heal the underlying cause, because when you heal the underlying cause, you are actually addressing the core that is there. If you just heal the illness, for the rest of your life, you'll be dependent on medicines and you'll have to keep, going back or depend. But if you work on the core, you can actually heal yourself extremely easily.
Janki, since we have got a couple of questions, about one more question, if we can move forward after that. What about acidity and gas?
These are the most common, right? So, okay, now what does an acid do? Now,
It
okay, so
helps
let me
digest.
tell you,
Huh.
the reason I'm asking you back all these questions is because I want you to know all you have to do is just ask the
Yeah.
simplest common sense questions to try and understand. Okay, I'm not saying you'll become an expert healer by asking the questions, but at least you'll get awareness about what is going on in your own life,
Mm-hmm.
emotionally, mentally, physically, right? So, acidity. What does acid do in your body? So, if I put acid on, let's say this, what will happen here?
Sure, it will burn.
It will burn. Why? Because the acid is eating the
Yeah.
cells, right? It will corrode the cells, right? So when the stomach is releasing acid, the stomach releases acid to digest the food.
Yeah.
But when there's excess acid being
Mm-hmm.
released, it doesn't digest the food, it starts eating away the stomach lining, right? And that's how that burning sensation comes, and then there's reflux and all of that. So when do we say, generally in common sense English, what do we say? Guilt is eating me from inside, right? Guilt
Mm-hmm.
is eating me from inside. So usually I've seen when there are people who are suffering from guilt. Now let me share this. I'd also share it in my TED talk, but there was a lady I worked with who had extreme acidity, like crazy acidity since the last 5 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now when I worked with her, what I realized was, and again she went back and regressed to a memory when all three, her current situation was all three daughters were married and gone, and she was like retired and peacefully living life, but a lot of acidity was troubling her. When he went into regression, she remembered that when my girls were little, we used to live in a joint family. My girls were little, there was always too much work and no time. And when they would not listen to me, I would hit them left, right, and center. Jaldi karo, you know. And that was the only thing. As a 22 year old, you have three children, and she would keep whacking them. And then now that her daughters are married and gone, all that, you know, like how you now have the time to think about life.
Mm-hmm.
So you were so busy living, you didn't think about it. Now all that guilt was coming up and it was eating her from inside, right? And then when we processed it, I think it took about 1 or 2 sessions. But since then, her acidity instantly dropped to like 20%, right? From like 100% where it was
Mm-hmm.
troubling her. She still has very little on and off, but that every single day burning and driving you crazy, where you can't eat mirchi, you can't eat this, you can't eat fried, you can't, all those restrictions have gone, and she has so much more freedom now.
Yeah, yeah.
She simply processed that guilt, right? So acidity is guilt. Now gas, okay? What does gas do in your body? Gas is when you've eaten something and the indigestion happens, inability to, you know, and then usually the gas keeps floating around,
Mm-hmm.
keeps moving and making you
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortable. It can go into your chest, it can go into your different organs, you get pain. So again, something happens, you're not able to process it or digest it, indigestion, right? Gas is technically indigestion.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not able to digest it, and then in your mind it's going goal. You're overthinking and thinking and thinking. So you usually will get gas if that is your nature.
Mm-hmm. Janki, I want to confirm something. This is golden information. And let's say we don't have acidity, we don't have diabetes, we don't have any of those issues, really important issues you shared with us about. But still, if we have this information in our awareness, and the next time, if I'm not able to digest something, if I look at it from this perspective, is it possible that I avoid indigestion? And if I look at something you explained about diabetes, and if I look at my life from that perspective, is it possible that I avoid diabetes and all those issues that you mentioned? So if we change our perspective, we will be able to not attract those
Yeah.
illnesses,
Okay.
isn't it?
So let me tell you now, there's a disclaimer here, Shilpa.
Hmm.
Uh, our body, our life, the life we have created, and let me say this, right? And I truly believe this, and I've talked to multiple
Hmm.
healers, gurus, mystics about this. We create our life based on our past karma, right? Based on the life lessons we have to learn. So let's say there is a person who has understood that, okay, I have to go through this.
Hmm.
And there are a lot of things that are karmic also, right? So
Hmm.
will I get diabetes? Will I get cancer? Or will I have meet with an accident? Or will I get a fracture? These things are a lot of times pre-decided. But what happens is when you live with awareness,
Hmm.
you won't suffer through those illnesses. Number one, even if they come, you can address them with a lot of ease and let them pass.
Hmm.
Right? So one is, let's say I fracture and that it's so painful and I have to, it's like a 10 on 10 pain and it takes 3 months to heal and it's so bad. Or I could get a fracture and, you know, it could be very easy. I could still be really happy through it. I could deal with the awareness. Okay, where is my body asking for a break? You know, what is this break in my life? And I could quickly process it and I'll have a lot of ease through it. So
Hmm.
does being aware make sure you will never get the illness? No. What is going to happen is going to happen. It could be a lot of reasons, okay, from the past coming in. But when you live with awareness, the guarantee is that you will have more consciousness, you will have more ease and joy through it, and you will be able to heal faster. And there's a good chance it will not recur.
Exactly. Yes.
Right? So, okay, so let me tell you something. Why don't we, in fact, get into the demo right now? Because you asked a very important thing, and then you changed the question. But what if you don't have anything? But we all have those little 2 on 10 things going on. Like if somebody has like a ear pain, a small ear pain, or a little bit of stomach pain, or a little headache, or like acne, or little things, nothing big, which makes us run to the doctor. But even why those little things, I want to show you how to actually sit and connect with your body so that you at least have a little taster of what it feels like to connect with your body, right? Let's get into the demo. Okay, so what I want you all to do is sit comfortably wherever you are. It doesn't matter whether you're sitting, lying, half sitting, relaxed, or sitting up in a chair. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and I'm going to guide you through a simple meditation, which is called body sensing meditation, or it's like a body notification check where your body is giving you all these messages. You're just going to learn to read them. So close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. And as you do, feel your chest rising or your stomach rising and falling. Feel your shoulders. Feel the air going into your nose, filling up your lungs. And as you do this, start checking in with your body, starting with the top of your head. Pay attention to the smallest vibrations, the tingling, or if any of you have pain, sit with it and just watch it for a moment. Go towards your face and feel all the vibrations in your face. From the forehead to the eyelids, to your cheeks, your ears, your nose, your lips, your jaw. Feel every little subtle sensation. Go down to your throat, your neck, your shoulders. See if your shoulders are stiff or relaxed. You can loosen them up and sit comfortably. Take your attention to your back and scan your entire back. From the top, your shoulder blades, your spine, going all the way down to your tailbone. While you're there, also scan your glutes, your hips, your genitals. Scan your chest. Scan your internal organs, your lungs, your stomach, your intestines, your reproductive organs. Take your attention down to your thighs, your knees, your calves, your feet. And now that you have scanned your entire body, feel the stillness. And now check in with your body consciously, asking, which part of my body is trying to get my attention in this moment? And instantly see where your attention goes. It could be your shoulder, your stomach, your head, your toes. As your attention goes there, feel what is happening there. Notice, observe. Is it a pain? Is it an intensity? Is it a tingling? Is it a throbbing? Start describing to your own self what is happening. And for the next few moments, in the absence of my voice, give it a rating. Give the intensity a rating between 1 to 10, 10 being extremely intense, and watch that part of your body. Sit with it. With a childlike curiosity, watch it. You may also connect with that part of your body and say, hi, what is it that you're trying to tell me? I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to understand. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for communicating with me. And I'm sorry I didn't learn how to do this right now. Sorry I've never sat with you. I'm sorry I never tried to understand you or engage with you. But now I'm here. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to learn how to talk to you. Please speak to me. It might take me a while, but I'm willing to put in the work to learn how to connect with you, my dear body. I'm here. And slowly and gently, you may now open your eyes and come back. How do you feel having connected with your body?
We will give everybody a few minutes to come back to the call, to come back to yourself. And if anybody of you wants to take this forward with Janki right now. We can do this. Tell us how you were feeling before this process and after. Janki will give the instructions and you can join us. Comments have started coming in, Janki, on the group.
Sure.
I will just read out to them. I didn't get the name, but somebody had tears in their eyes and they're feeling relief.
Sorry.
I don't get the name, but somebody had tears in their eyes and they're feeling big relief.
Big relief. How sweet.
Yes.
How sweet. Hey, Shilpa, is it possible for us to bring Karthik on? He's here. He's actually one of my participants from the Happy Body workshop. And I think he needs to run. So I don't want to lose the opportunity for him to share what he took away from the workshop. Is it okay if we bring him on right now?
Yeah, absolutely, Janki. And in the meanwhile, I want to tell everybody to share your comments on the group, have some water, and stay with us because Janki has lots more coming up on today's call. Karthik, you're on.
Hi, hi,
Hi,
hi,
Karthik.
Janki.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Uh,
please do share
it,
about Happy Body.
yeah, it's been pleasure to have you in my life. Gratitude to you. Every day I just wish, whenever I do my prayers, I always wish that there should be at least thousand Jankis around, so that it can help so many people.
How did it
So
help you? You tell us today.
I hope it inspire few of them. Definitely. So 2 years back, I was diagnosed with COVID, and then in COVID, I came to know that I am diagnosed with cancer. And in the meantime, I got in touch with Janki and just spoke to her that this is what is happening in my life. And she said that why don't you? I'm starting with a happy body workshop, and why don't you join it? It will definitely help you because here everything is related to your body and what is going inside you right now. So I said, yeah, I was a little skeptical, but then I said, let me join, because I know Janki from so many years. I said, let me go with it. She has something good always for me. So I joined the workshop, and in the meantime, there was this diagnosis was going on the one side, and I was learning the tools one after another. And suddenly, I don't know from where I got all the confidence to face it. And doctor was amazed that how come you are, so it was like earlier I was a bit scared, but then I understood that how exactly we can talk to a body, understand that that was very new for me, how to interact with your body and tell it to how exactly do things with it, and how it can help you in any, whether it is a trauma or whether it is as dangerous as cancer, and it really helped me. So I was told that it's going to be like one operation, two operation, and it's going to be like three operation all together, and it's be like 10 hours of operations. And I said, okay, I am bring it on. I am okay with it because me and my body are ready to face it together. And I still remember the last day of the workshop, and I was admitted in Kokila Bain, and I did that in the night. And the next day there was my operation. I was all happy that I had completed the workshop and I've learned exactly. And the tools what she taught me, I utilized it, every bit of it. I uh, spoke to my body that okay, we are going through this operation, and it's going to be there will be pain in the body, and there will be so much of things is going to body. So I used to talk to my body in a way that okay, fine, and then it reciprocated. It gave me signs that okay, fine, we are together in this journey. What you always say that it is your vehicle, and yes, I agree with that. It's my vehicle, and it took me out from that thing, and it took 2 years, but I am still day using all the tools and utilizing it to till date. I mean, yesterday I had a tournament and there was a ligament tear, and I was telling my body, okay, in the ground itself, I was talking in the ground, and I was a captain and my team say, what are you doing? I said, give me 5 minutes, I'll get back to you. And I was talking to my body, it's a final match. We have to win this. And just support me for 2 hours. And then I'll take care of you by going home. And we couldn't win the final, but we became the runners up. And it helped. And I didn't had any pain at that 2 hours session, which I went through it.
Wow.
So it's a fantastic thing what you have taught. Thank you so much. I can never forget in my life. And I am imparting to a lot of people and telling them to join this workshop because it's quite amazing, phenomenal how you can interact with your own body. I mean, people must find it difficult initially, which how I found out, but then you teach immaculately. The tools what you give is fabulous. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Janki. And
so much.
I wish at least there are 1,000 Jankis, to help people.
No, I'm so glad you made the time because Karthik had to run somewhere. He's got a meeting, but I'm so glad you could come. Thank you for sharing, Karthik. More power to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Janki. Thank you. More power to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Karthik. We really appreciate that you joined, you shared your story, and huge congratulations and a lot of power to you for your journey ahead. That was really sweet, Janki, and Karthik has laid a very nice foundation for us for the next part of our call. Janki, why don't you tell us? We mentioned earlier that you cover a lot of healing modalities in this work. And I remember I mentioned that you are the master of 5-second techniques. So, Janki, what are these techniques? What do you do? And you did mention something about core somatic integration healing. Please explain us that. And before you do that, I want to tell everybody that we had asked a question on the group in the morning about if there are some things you repeatedly say to yourself, how does your body react, and what you are experiencing because of that constant dialogue with yourself. Stay tuned for the explanation about that. Janki, before you start, Manika is feeling a heavy head and face after the activity. Is there anything she can do?
Uh, would she like to come and I can like ask her more questions to know more? Is she open to coming up?
Manika, let us know if you would like to come on. We will have you on. And Chanki can actually lead to where your headache is coming from. Or if not, Manika, if anybody else wants to come up now and share your.
Ravani has raised her hand.
Actually, Manika, you need to come on video and I
Manika,
will spotlight you with
Manika.
Chanki. All right. And Manika, before you start, I want to let you know that we are being live streamed on YouTube and this call is going to be shared as replay on our groups. So if you're comfortable, we will have you on. You're comfortable with this being on replay. So we just want to let you know to be mindful of sharing any details. Anything can come up in the course of your session. So if you're okay with that, Manika will have you on.
Hi, Manika. You can unmute or somebody can unmute her. So yes.
Hi.
Looking beautiful.
Thank you. Good to hear so. You are very beautiful. I can see the glow already.
Thank you. So yes, tell me what's going on.
Okay, so I have been suffering through a jaw issue and it says TMJ, yes. And it says arthritis in my jaw and some clinical depression as well. So that's there. So yes, I do sleep with a headband always. And it's been since I don't even remember that I've not taken my stuff and tied like this and all that. So yes, I felt a heavy head and I have been into a lot of therapies. I've tried hypnosis and it works. So I have that trust and faith that it would help in any kind of alternate healing. So I would like to understand.
So in the body sensing meditation that I made you do, you were feeling a heaviness?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to close your eyes. You're okay to close your eyes, right?
Yes.
Okay, so just connect back with that heaviness that you were feeling. Are you feeling it right now?
Yes.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much is it?
9.
It's 9 and 10. Awesome. Can you describe it for me?
I feel suffocated. Um, um, Sweating as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more. What is it making you feel?
I just want to tie it very tightly.
Want to tap?
And yeah, when I feel that numbing sensation, I feel that I'm getting relaxed. And yes, I tend to move towards a medicine. The way you said, I don't know if it's dehydration, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I want you to just watch this for the next few moments. Watch that suffocating feeling. Watch that numbing. Watch that need to want to go and get that thing to tie, need to take that medicine. Just watch all these sensations that are coming up. I'm with you. Stay with it. Stay with it. If any particular memory pops, you can let me know. When you said, I feel the need to tie it, what is the first thing that comes to your head?
I need to stop overthinking.
Okay. When was the first time you felt this, I need to tie it?
I think 5 years, 5.5 years ago.
What was happening in your life that time?
Some unexpected changes due to marriage,
Okay.
post
And
marriage, I would say.
yeah, yeah. So this started post marriage?
Yes.
Okay. And is there something that you feel extremely angry about?
Yes. So I just had basic expectations, and I think they're not met.
Okay, okay. So can you, you don't need to tell me or say anything more about it here, but can you just acknowledge it to yourself that, yes, I'm really angry. I'm feeling tied up. I'm feeling restricted or constrained, whatever is that feeling. I'm feeling suffocated. Just acknowledge it to yourself and watch the sensation in your head. Is it increasing or it's decreasing?
Sweating.
Yeah. 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 Take a deep breath. Yeah. Allow yourself to feel all of that. Even if the 9 on 10 becomes 10 on 10, 11 on 10, stay with it. Stay with it. I'm here with you. If there's something specific you want to talk about, you are free to share it. But the important thing is to stay with what you're feeling in your head.
Now I've started sweating a lot.
Yeah.
It was not
Where are you sweating?
my hands. I cannot hold anything.
Yeah. They're sweating on your palms.
Palms, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch. So take your attention to your palms and watch that. Watch that sweating. What are you feeling now?
Feeling gas, right? I get a lot of gas at times, but
Yeah.
and so it's like a gas attack, and then keep on burping all the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So straighten up and allow that. Watch that gas attack, as you said. Watch it. Good, good. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much is the pain right now?
10.
Awesome. Awesome. See, your body is bringing up what you had shut down. So allow it. Tell your body, I'm happy to stay with you as long as you need me to. I'm here. Take your time. Right? Where are you feeling attacked in your life?
Trust.
Your trust is attacked?
Hmm.
Yeah. Where do you feel that betrayal?
If you say body, then
In your body.
yeah,
Body.
chest gets heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. So feel that heaviness in your chest. What are you feeling right now? Describe the heaviness.
It's like coming up.
Yeah, let it come.
I want to burp a lot.
Yeah, yeah, go for it. Go for it. Release that. Yeah. Good. Good. Release it. Let it all come out. That's your body talking to you. What are you feeling right now?
It's uneasy right now.
Mm. Yeah. There's more burping sensation? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it come out. Good. Good. Awesome. Awesome. How's the sweating?
It's better now.
Sweating is better? Good. Okay. How's the chest feeling?
It's better now.
Okay. How's the head feeling?
Better.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much is the pain?
5.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So is anything specific coming up in your mind?
Not really. I feel too numb at times.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Would you like me to go deeper or do you want to call it?
I would want to go deeper on a one-on-one session.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. You can open your eyes now. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm so glad, Manika. And if you noticed, and this is for everyone again, Manika, what you simply did was watch and sat with your body. Instantly, the headache, which was 9 to 10 to 5, right? You see, and we hardly took 5 minutes. The simple act of sitting with it instead of judging it, instead of your mind going here and there, you every time your mind thinks of something, you bring it back to here. What's happening in my body? This is also, by the way, for everyone, a great way to handle anxiety, because in anxiety, your body, if you just focus on, okay, I'm getting breathless, this is happening, my palms are sweating, my chest is heavy, my breath is shallow, this is happening. As long as you keep describing body sensations, within 5 to 7 minutes, even your anxiety will reduce, right? So Manika, thank you so much for coming and doing this with us. We can definitely catch up later, but I want to say more power to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is, that is somatic healing, where you're going into the body. You're not using your mind. I didn't even ask her what specific, who said, what said, when did it, not too many details, right? So somatic integration is where you're only working with the body, this limited thing that is here. You work, you release. So if you see in just those 5 minutes in the demo, there were so many things that happened. The body was saying so many things, right? The head started pounding, then it increased, then the chest, then the burping, and so much burping, the palms sweating. So much your body is trying to tell you. And the most beautiful part is when the body talks, you don't need words. You don't need to cognitively understand. You don't need to know what, when, how, this, that. No. You just need to describe the sensations to yourself. The more you learn to sit with your body, and again, we're going to do this in a lot more detail in the workshop. And of course, it's taken me a few years to get to this skill level, but the simple act. So, you don't want to become a healer. Most people on this call don't want to become a healer, but you need to become a basic level healer just to be able to heal yourself and your family members. Let's say you have children at home. Let's say you have adults at home, learn these basic things so that instantly you can help people. Like Karthik also shared, right? I was in the middle of a match. It was the finals and I got a ligament tear and I could, talk to my body and say, 2 ghante sambhal lo, right? And I'll be with you, but 2 hours I need you to support me. And then there was no pain and he could play, right? So learning to deal with your body in a healthy way is where you can actually, get free of things faster.
Absolutely, Janki. And let me share my screen. And I'm going to ask a question to everybody. The answer to it is only yes. So, everybody, do you want to have these things? And all these things you are going to get with Janki in her workshop. Say yes, affirm yes to this. Do you want to release chronic pain and stress, prevent illnesses from recurring, release stored trauma, anger, grief, pain, anxiety, and restlessness, learn muscle testing and how to get answers from the body, more coming up on that. Know the secret to manifest abundance faster, greater joy, ease with your body and in your relationships, better focus, sleep, and greater physical wellness. Access your gut feeling at will. Some people call that intuition. Release emotional elements that create illnesses and weight issues. We got some questions about weight as well today. Also, know what your aches and pains are telling you. Learn to address any health issue proactively. Grow spiritually lighter. Say yes to all of these. Chanki, tell us how we can do all of these with you.
Sure, I will. So, my question to everybody is, do you want to be happy in life? Okay. Now, if you want to be happy in life, and yes, some of you might say, no, I don't want to be happy. I'm really happy being sad. Good. But if you want more happiness, more joy, see, the point of life is to have fun. My funda in life is very simple. I live to have fun. I don't want to achieve anything. I have nothing to prove to anyone. I have no big world missions to change a million lives and all that. I'm just here to have fun and be happy. And in that, if something comes up which takes away my happiness, okay, I want to consciously look at it so that I can
Hmm.
instantly address it and be happier. Now, in my personal quest, you know, to find what are the ways that I can make myself happy quickly, right? Because I'm a person who believes in smart work. I initially used to call that laziness, but I realized my childhood say, I've just realized, I said, when you can do something with little effort, why would I put in more effort? What am I trying to prove, right? So I've learned a dozen different modalities internationally, locally. I've traveled the world learning these. But every time I learned a modality, I would take those two, three simplest
Hmm.
things, add them to my toolkit, and leave the rest. I know it, but I feel this is the simplest. This one thing, if I learn, it's going to change everything for me. So, like that, over my years of experience, learning from international coaches, masters, healers, mystics, I have put together what I call the happy body workshop. Now, why a happy body? Because this life you have only because you have this body, right? If this body was not there, you would be a nice spirit floating around, which didn't need relationships, didn't need hugs, didn't need a home, car, anything. But if you have a body, you need to have a happy, healthy one so that you can live the greatest ever version of your life. Now, in the first package, the Happy Body Workshop, I've put together a detailed set of tools, which is like your beginner's kit to get you started. So, in this Happy Body Workshop, which is 7 days, with 1 hour each every time we meet, 7 sessions, I'm going to teach you the basic things that you need to know, just like Karthik said, how to actually consciously engage your body, how to know what is my body telling me, What is my illness trying to bring my attention to? What do I need to understand, work on, heal, and release so that I can quickly come back to being happy and healthy, right? Now, in this, I'm going to teach you the happy body workout, right? We all have different ways of working out. Some people like to go to the gym, some like yoga, Zumba, Pilates, whatnot. I'm going to teach you the happy body workout, which is your body will tell you how to work out on that particular day, right? So there is a happy body workout. There is a body sensing meditation. There is muscle testing. There is understanding illnesses in greater detail. So one day we only look at illnesses and how you can use some basic common sense knowledge, which you already have, to heal them, right? So all these things I've put together. This is like the starter kit, right? If you learn this happy body workshop, for the rest of your life, it's like you have a first aid kit at home so that anything chota mota that happens, you'll know how to do. Also, you will know when you need a doctor and when you need a healer, and when you need to just sit for 5 minutes and sit with yourself, right? So all these things you'll understand in the Happy Body workshop. So it's going to be 7 days. We are going to meet 7 different days twice a week and 1 to 1.5 hours each. I'll be happy to address all your questions there. All call recordings will be provided a participation certificate. And I would like to share here, the last time I did this call, okay, I had 5 doctors on the call with me. So there were leading cardiologists, health practitioners from the government, people in public health. And all these people were there in the call. And I was a little nervous because, when there's a doctor sitting in front of you, you can't bullshit. You can't say anything and they will just catch your neck and say, what did you just say? But I'm telling you, it was so beautiful because they were so open to learning. They were so fascinated. They said, we know medicine, we know medical, we know cells, and we know body and chemistry. But this subtle aspect of the body, this intuitive anatomy that you're teaching us is so, and it made so much sense to them. And, they also all kept coming back to me for sessions saying, I have bowel irritation and, my bowels are irregular, or this is happening to me and this is happening to me. And I was so happy to see that, they're actually not only them, but they're bringing more of their doctor friends to me to say, hey, all those missing gaps in our medicine that we always worry, yaar, इसको हमेशा क्यों होते रहता है, इसको इतना अच्छा ट्रीट किया, why is he again coming back to me? We started understanding all these things. So I would like to share this. I'm just quickly checking in. Is Gayatri, Dr. Gayatri, still on call, if at all? She was one of the doctors that attended with me and she did the Happy Body workshop. If at all you're here, Gayatri. Yeah, she's there. Hi. Can we unmute her so she can share a little about her experience?
All right. Has my screen stopped?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Now you can bring Gayatri on call. Gayatri, I'm keeping the time in mind. If you could just share the key points that you took away, or as a doctor, how it has helped you, and share a little about you, the work you do, and then, of course, what you learned and how it helped you.
Janaki, actually, you have limited my time because it is very difficult to speak in few words. You know that, right? Because of our we have a very long relationship and actually so many things to say. But since actually we have very little time in hand, I'll just keep it to the basic things. See, in this, as Janaki told previously, I had attended her Happy Body workshop, and as with everybody's case, I was also quite skeptical. Like, what is healing going to do? Like, what are the? But actually, I had some health problems during those days. That is, I remember I had frequent allergies. I used to have low backache, and I used to have knee problems. Not so. There were these aspects that Janaki shared, that allergies are because like we have some problem with our some intimate relationships. So there are some things which are constantly triggering us. So you have to identify what are your triggers. Then low backache, that is because you feel unsupported. Then knee pain, that is because you are not willing to move forward in life because you are inflexible. So I was then I began just thinking after doing this body sensation and all. I just thought like where in life were all these problems coming up. And let me tell you, it is just, I think in 2020, 21, I attended the workshop, and then now it is just 2 years. My allergies have come down to a great extent. Okay, now I'm not saying I'm completely free of it, but I am able to like overcome it very fast, even without medicines. Most of the time, without medicines, I'm able to clear it soon. And the knee problems, actually, it is, I don't know whether it is right to say, actually, right now I have no knee problems because I have become more flexible. And it is not just Happy Body workshop, it is also the self love, relationships workshop, everything. It's a combination of all these things. And I regularly do muscle testing. Hmm. and and also this meditation, body meditation. Most of the nights before sleeping, I do it regularly.
The
So
body
I have,
meditation.
yeah, body meditation. So I think Janaki, during your workshop, you'll be introducing them to Louis Hay also.
Yes.
Actually, her meditations are also very useful. So I have changed my, and also regarding the choosing food. Actually, now I am able to choose food. Like when I see the food, my mind or my body tells me go for it, or just don't take it. So I'm able to choose food. And also regarding choosing the workout also, that has also helped a lot. So all these have actually played a very important role in the way I take care of my health. So I'm sure all those who have attended this workshop or are going to attend this workshop shall really reap the benefits in their life. Thanks a lot, Janagi.
Thank you so much, Gayatri. And I'm so happy you remember all the things from the workshop and that you're choosing food consciously by asking the body, do you want to eat this? And you're doing the meditations every night, the happy body meditation. I'm so, so proud of you. Thank you for coming and sharing so much love and gratitude for being here for me today.
Thanks a lot, Janagi.
So and you know, just as she said, and I was this one thing I was really happy about, that you know, being somebody from a hardcore medical profession. By the way,
Mhm.
Gayatri, can you just share what you do?
Okay, I'm basically an assistant professor in community medicine, and I'm working in a government medical college in Alappuzha. It is a district in Kerala.
Yeah.
So actually, I met Janaki right from the time I was in health services. Now I have switched over to medical college,
Yeah.
and I have introduced you to most of my medical friends. I think there is some of you,
Yes.
some of
Yes.
them are regularly following you.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Great.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much for you know, sharing that. And this is what I mean, that it doesn't matter where you're starting, whether you're a lay person, whether you're a doctor. The important thing is, if you have a body, you need to learn how to use it, how to maximize it, how to help you to live your life to the fullest and heal yourself, right? And the most beautiful part is, one of the things that I'm also going to teach in the workshop is how to manifest using your body, right? So, because that house, that car, those good clothes, the jewelry, everything you want is for the body. So, how to put the body only to work to create all these beautiful things to you. So, going back to the packages, if you can share it, Shilpa. So, yeah. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do this workshop, which is 7 sessions. But after that, I will support you for 3 whole months, and we'll have follow-up calls where I will take queries. If you've been stuck somewhere, or you tried one of the tools and you want to share feedback, or you want to know, I got stuck here, how to use it. I'm going to support you for 3 entire months with this. We're going to have live calls also. I'm going to be available on WhatsApp also. And one of the things I'm exclusively going to give you is a womb healing meditation and a recorded body sensing meditation as a gift, which is a bonus with this package. Can we go to the next? Right. So I've already spoke about it, but I'll quickly say we're going to do somatic healing, understanding illnesses, trauma, what the body is trying to tell you, how to sit with your body and heal yourself, how to do muscle testing, also how to talk to your body and engage with it, how to release trauma and release judgment. So you have a lot of people with body image issues. I'm too fat, too thin, too dark, too fair. How to actually heal and forgive that, manifesting faster with the body, and creating a new reality, living with the joy of embodiment. So, yeah, and of course, as I said, the happy body workout will also happen. So all this, what I usually charge, and this whole package, which is worth almost 25,000, I'm going to be gifting to all of you, for those who are interested and who sign up quickly today. This is going to be available to you for only USD 50 or 3,599, which is a steal because you're learning tools that are going to help you for a lifetime. So 3,500, 3,600 or USD 50 is nothing compared to all the doctor visits, all the medicines, all the stress and worrying that you're going to avoid if you just learn how to use your Ferrari to the fullest. Okay. So
Absolutely.
that's one, that's package A. If we could move on to package B. So if you're still somebody who is, feeling like, I'm not sure, I still want to see what this is all about, then you can join the mini series. So in the mini series, I'm just going to be doing the first 3 calls where you're going to learn the body sensing meditation, how to sit with your body, how to understand your illnesses, and do some basic level core somatic healing. That I'm going to be teaching in the mini series, which is your body sensing. And with that also, you get 1 month support and one group call to answer any questions. And that is going to be made available to you. This, which is worth almost 10,000 rupees or $128. I'm going to be making this available to you for a price of 2,999 or $42. So if you're somebody who's saying, I don't want all of it, I just want to get started, then this is the package for you. Or for 3,600, you can just take the entire package as well.
Okay.
Apart
We
from,
will,
yeah,
sorry, we will do a quick recap of the two, compare the two that's coming up. Let's go to the next package. Thank you.
yeah. And package C is the one-to-one therapy. So again, to get started, I will be taking up people who would like to do personal sessions and not be really discussing their specific problems in a group. They can come to me for a one-to-one consultation, which I will be taking. Now, this session, as I said, I've learned a dozen modalities, but I'll be seeing what is it that you, based on who you are and what issue you've come up with, what illness or what problem, I'll be taking a call on what healing to do and how to go ahead with this. It'll be completely personalized, confidential, and you can rest assured that you will get a lot more awareness and clarity about subconsciously what is blocking you, what is your body trying to tell you, so that when there is consciousness. So I always say this, healing is a byproduct of becoming conscious, right? Illness is unconsciousness. Healing is a byproduct of becoming conscious. So when I make you conscious of what's going on, automatically the symptoms reduce, the frequency reduces, the intensity reduces, and in most cases, 99%, you will be healed, right? So yes, this is you can book a one-to-one consultation, and the benefits are, of course, that you will get healed, you will get freedom from recurring illnesses, and you will have more clarity, awareness, and confidence in living your life. Because one of the things I always also do, and of course, if you do more than one session with me, you will know that I'm somebody who likes to teach you, because I truly believe in making you the source of your healing, making you the source of your awareness, making you the source and creator of your life. I don't want you to keep running back to me, which is why I created the Happy Body Workshop, because I want to teach you what I know so that even you can do basic level healing. This package is if you're facing something specific, something intense, or something you don't want to talk about in a group, then you come to me for one-to-one guidance. I would ideally recommend you do both, right? Because when you do both, what happens is you have a toolkit for the future, plus you're addressing something you've created in the past. You can take the best of both worlds. So ideally, I would say do both. But of course, it is your choice, and I will respect what you choose. This package will also receive the meditations, the womb healing, and body sensing. And you get the first call of the Happy Body Workshop for free as a gift for signing up. And then, of course, you can upgrade if you choose to, if it makes sense to you. But the first call is a gift from me. Now, all this, which is worth 15,000 or $210, I would be happy to make available to you at rupees 5,999 or US dollars 83. Now, I would say that it's always good for you to get started even with one session, because even in that one session, you will get clarity about everything that's going on in your world subconsciously, which is blocking you, creating problems to again get your attention to make you more conscious. So please, I would say if there's something that's been bothering you over and over and over, you should do this, either the happy body or a personal session, to become more aware, because I think that's what sets us apart from animals, is that we have the ability, we have consciousness, we can understand and become aware and change our lives, right? So there are lots and lots of case studies, a lot of people with migraines, with acne, I think I want to share this one. There was an entrepreneur who came to me with an ankle injury. Since 3 months, she had an ankle injury which was just not healing. And after she did just one session with me, her ankle injury, her pain to went away there only. And she had spent some 15,000 rupees on some CT scan and all just the previous day. She said, Janki, I wish I had come earlier. But we came to know that she had run two businesses in the past, both of which had failed. And she was now at the crux of launching her third business. But the ankle injury was her subconscious fear of failing again, which was holding her back, right, from stepping forward into the new business. Today, I'm so happy to share, it's been 4 years that she came to me. Today, she has a hugely successful chain of businesses. She not only started one, she started franchising her business. She's working with actors now with her new business, which she just launched. And they're coming to her and collaborating with her in her business. So she's doing phenomenally well because she looked at her past. She took the lessons from the two failed businesses, which also then healed her ankle injury, which has never come back, and she's soaring into success, right? So healing internally also makes you more successful in life, more love in your relationships, more sweetness in your life. So I would say you owe it to yourself. If you're alive, it's your duty to live a happy, healthy life. Please sign up. The packages are right here again for you to see. You can either choose package A, which is the whole Happy Body workshop, which is 7 calls and 3 months support at 3,599. Or you could choose the mini series at 2,999, which is 3 calls and a 1 month support and a group call with you. Also, if you choose to take the mini series and then say I'll upgrade, then for an additional 1,111, you can upgrade to the entire workshop, right? And of course, the package C is a personal consultation that you can book with me. If you can change the slide, Shilpa.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I would like to just bring to everybody's notice that the difference between the package A, which is 7 hours, the full workshop, and package B, which is 3 hours, the difference is like hardly rupees 608. So we recommend the package A, but if you're not sure, you want to start out, you can definitely go for the mini series. Janki, thank you for making this so exciting and so much easily applicable and for us to consume and try this out. Thank you so much. I invite everybody to ask questions on the group about this work, about the packages, about what you can gain from this. And let me remind you, everybody, tomorrow, Janki is going to share more. In fact, we have some things planned for today, but we will not be able to cover it on time. So we will move them to
I'm
tomorrow.
happy to take all your questions tomorrow. If you want, I'll play it by the ear and keep it a Q&A session so you can know more about the work, about specific illnesses. And then I, of course, have something planned. If it's fun for you, we'll all do it together tomorrow. But I'm looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow at the second demo call.
Absolutely. And let me quickly tell you that Janki has planned for us to share about recurring illnesses and genetic illnesses. Like some of us will be wondering, what about genetic illnesses? So Janki has some really interesting perspectives to share about all of these. And yes, of course, she'll tell us what our body tells us when we actually say negative things to it, even in jest. So come for that and lots more unexpected things. And we have reached the end of this call. If you have any more questions you would like us to answer right now, ask away on the group. Janki, before we say bye for now, would you like us to know anything? Like our body wants us to listen. What do you want to tell us before we end this call?
I would just like to say, I think the most important thing to remember at all times is that your body is here for you. You created the body, you chose the body. Its only purpose is to serve you, to be happy, and to create more consciousness for you. I always say this, your body is the key to unlocking this reality, right? So if you want to do anything in the most simple way, engage your body actively. And of course, I'll teach you how to do that. Come tomorrow for the call. But your body is here to serve you. Start engaging, talk to it, ask questions, ask for guidance. It will oblige. It's like a Jo Hukum Mere Aaka. It's your personal genie. Please start using it. Don't leave it untapped. Okay. It's a beautiful resource you have. Learn to live with it, love it, and maximize its potential.
Absolutely. And thank you, Chanti, for reminding us that. I want to repeat again to everybody who have mentioned about health concerns on the group. We will respond to them on the group or on the call tomorrow, rest assured. And Richard has asked that he wishes to register for package A. Everybody, the special prices of the packages are valid till tomorrow. You can watch the call tomorrow, join us, ask us more questions, and definitely sign up for the packages. And tomorrow's call, Richard and everybody, is at the same time. It is at 6:30 p.m. India time, 9 a.m. Eastern time. And everybody, thank you once again for joining today. And Janki, thank you. This is just the beginning, I know. Thank you for introducing this to us. And we have a lot of things to speak to our body today and for the coming days. Thank you for this call, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely, Shilpa. Everyone, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, sleep well, and looking forward.
Looking forward. Thank you, Janki. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.